CIA had found trace amounts of manufactured isotope of strontium in a dumpster near his home, along with a bunch of other shit that shouldn't be in any suburb. They'd also recovered a small amount of metal mesh and several damaged microwave ovens, probably not related. The radioactive material had caused major waves in the department, as it should. The department was A, baffled as to how the kid could get his hands on such materials, and B, had no idea where the materials were now. God help us all. Instead of arresting him, they decided to watch the kid's every move. Ever watch a teenage boy's every move? They spend ridiculous amounts of time in the bathroom, grooming themselves. Rueben remembered those days. Hell, Rueben still lived them. After 3 days of 24-hour surveillance, to all appearances, Schaefer was a normal 19-year-old community college dropout who lived in his parents' basement, smoked pot, played video games, and posted ridiculous memes on social media. No way was he a criminal mastermind building weapons of mass destruction. That was Ruben's opinion, not that anyone had asked for it. Rueben glanced at Sven's office as the first report finished loading. What he saw caused butterflies to flit in his stomach. There she was, Aki Yamashiro. They didn't come finer than her. Smart, strong, sexy. She had all the S's, not to mention special agent. So all the S's and an A. What would she want with a guy like him? At 25, Aki was a hotshot agent, a real-life Charlie's Angel. An Asian-American goddess with short, bobbed hair that fell below her chin, framing her flawless, creamy complexion. Petite and athletic, she was slender and curvy in black skinny jeans, thigh-high boots, and a tight-fitting black top. As a field agent, she could dress however she wanted, and she didn't waste the opportunity. Not like him, with his business-casual tan khakis, blue button-down, and not really ironic Argyle blazer. They were the absolute yin and yang of good dress sense. Rueben knew she'd recently broken up with her boyfriend, Mike Fury, who was currently in rehab for anger management for punching his superior officer. Who would have guessed a guy named Fury had anger issues? Now, for the first time since he'd known her, they were both single. Who was he kidding? He was always single, except for that time he was engaged. Yeah, didn't work out. It never did. Which meant now he had to act fast. For a girl like Aki, it took longer to microwave a burrito than it did to get a date. What would he say? So, you know the other day when I was fixing your computer? Maybe I could fix your heart. Oh, geez. Did I really just mutter that? Who am I? Milton from Office Space? Okay, Rueben, play it cool. You're cool. She's cool. Rueben groaned internally. Of course she's cool. She's always cool. What are you thinking? You have nothing to offer this girl. Other than a year of small talk and one great conversation yesterday, what have you got? A 6-year-old Mazda and, a decent retirement plan? Yeah, how would that go? Hey, you want to go for a ride in my old beat-up Mazda and talk about 401ks? He could see exactly how that would pan out. He laughed aloud as he thought about the moment they had yesterday. Her computer had needed a defrag and some software optimizations, nothing fancy, merely time-consuming. So he'd put on his Office Jams playlist on a little Bluetooth speaker while he worked. Aki had sat patiently next to him, pretending she wasn't bored out of her skull. Then one of his favorites had come on, and everything had changed. She'd suddenly clicked her acrylic fingernails against the desk and gasped, "You listen to Je ne sais pas?" His fingers froze mid-keystroke as he glanced down at his phone that now sat in her hands. She had switched from Office Jams to his more obscure playlists. Je ne sais pas was an underground rock band from Montreal. He'd started listening to them several years ago after his girlfriend left him for an older man who looked exactly like Michael Douglas. Je ne sais pas, he'd discovered, had the best angry breakup songs. Rueben had glanced at her and laughed weakly. Yeah, I've followed them since college and, oh my God, she'd gushed, me too.